Privacy cryptos are on the rise, and in this video we are going to share 5 of our favorite privacy focused cryptocurrencies that have massive potential in 2025 and the early part of 2026. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into it. And here we have it, my friends. We are over on the first one, which is going to be Zcash. Now, none of these altcoins are going to be in any particular order of our favorite or anything. They are just going to be 5 listed privacy-focused cryptocurrencies that we think have great potential. So, as you can see here, guys, Zcash is the first one on our list, and we've already covered 10 reasons as to why we're bullish on Zcash. If you want to watch that video, it will be in the description down below. And of course, you can check out the video that Richard made covering all of the technical analysis, which is absolutely phenomenal. However, as you can see on CoinMarketCap, Zcash has been flatlined for a very long time. People were able to catch it around $20-ish. And now look, guys, look at that insane chart. We are seeing some green candles, unbelievable, taking it all the way up to around $600-ish, almost $700. And that is literally just within the space of a few weeks. Now, do I think this is going to be the last pump? No, I don't think it will be. I honestly think it can go higher. I have seen a guy out there called Gary the Numbers Guy, which is a numerologist, and from the looks of it, this guy predicted it a few years ago. He said that it was going to hit incredible highs. He hasn't said exactly what price it's going to hit. Nonetheless, guys, this is just something to keep in mind. I just wanted to throw it out there. Nonetheless, my friends, you can see that this cryptocurrency right here, Zcash, has been leading the entire privacy narrative. But my question is, and I'm pretty sure you're asking the same thing, which cryptocurrencies can do the same run like we have seen here? However, basically, guys, although I do really like Zcash, and although I do think it has great potential, I do think there are a few things that I'm not too fond of. Nonetheless, my friends, this is a fantastic option for privacy cryptocurrencies, and it seems that it's gaining a lot of institutional interest and could very well take it up to great heights. Now, in the future, if you would like a full deep dive as to what Zcash is, you can let us know. Nonetheless, we've already provided you 10 reasons as to why we're bullish on it. And like I said, you can watch that in the video, which is on the description down below. However, I just wanted to give a rough price prediction. I'm not saying this is going to happen whatsoever, but there is a possibility. The odds of Zcash reaching the market cap of TRX is very, very high. It's only at $28 billion. We're not even in a bull run, my friends. And Tron is another layer 1 blockchain without any privacy features. And we have Zcash here, the leading privacy token at the moment, which could very easily hit the market cap of Tron, and that would take it up to a price of $1,700. And although it can go much higher, I think because it's already had such an insane pump, something like this is very possible and something that I would keep my eye on. However, because there's already people that have made serious gains on this, I would definitely proceed with caution. But of course, my friends, who knows what the future holds? Only certain people like numerologists and fortune tellers and whatever, but I am not any of those things. However, my friends, we're going to leave this one short and sweet because we have much more information on our YouTube channel in terms of FA and TA. So if you want to check those out, like I said, it's in the description down below. So, moving on to the second altcoin we're going to mention, this is going to be the Secret Network. They've been here for a very long time, born on the Cosmos network, and my friends, they are utilizing both privacy and AI, and this could very well be another superb choice of privacy tokens. So you can see here, Secret Network is the first mainnet blockchain with privacy-preserving SCs launched in 2020. This makes it possible to build apps that are decentralized and permissionless, yet private. Privacy-preserving dApps with end-to-end encryption. Now, in my personal opinion, guys, that is exactly what we want to see in the future of DeFi. We want it to be private-focused as well. So something like this, guys, could absolutely go a long way. And in my personal opinion, this could very well be a fantastic network of choice, not just for institutions who want to have privacy as a go-to, but of course, users like you and me who want to explore the worlds of DeFi and obviously have the privacy first as well. So, in the future, I would like to heavily cover the Secret Network because I have been hodling this one for a while. I am also trying to dollar cost average once again on this token, and I'll cover that more in the next video specifically on Secret. However, guys, this one, honestly, I think it is absolutely fantastic, and I think it has some serious potential if, of course, it can develop a fantastic ecosystem and, of course, widely adopted. So, once again, you can see on this chart, guys, the overall chart that this has been flatlined for a very long time. It's been consolidating under $1 for a while, but in the past, you can see it's seen an all-time high of roughly $9.40. So we are a very long way from the all-time high, guys, and I personally think that it's very possible for it to do that once again. However, Many things will have to be taken into consideration. I'm not saying it is going to happen, guys. Remember, we are not financial advisors. We do not give any financial advice whatsoever. Use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable, and always conduct your own research. Nonetheless, in the last month, you can see that it has had a little pump. It took it up to around 30 cents because of the trending narrative of which is privacy. However, in the last week, guys, it has been up, it's been down. We are now trying to see it climb up once again. This time last year, we saw Secret reach around 75 cents. Can it do the same thing in December, maybe even November? I would like to think so, and in my personal opinion, I think it's very possible. We've already got serious centralized exchange listings, which you can see down here, with many more of which could take it up to great heights. This one, guys, we need to see it adopted to reach great heights, but you can see it's got a minuscule market cap of $61 million. That's why I wanted to share it with you, because I honestly think it has great potential for the project that it is. However, in order for Secret to break its previous all-time high, it will have to reach the market cap of roughly ICP, which has a market cap of $3.4 billion as it stands. That would take Secret up around 56x to a price of around $10.59. While I'm not saying this is going to happen, I honestly think there is a possibility, and hopefully fingers crossed it does. But if I was to give you a conservative price prediction, I would say that a 9.2x would be fairly conservative in a bull run, or just in the early stages of a bull run. As you can see here, Decred has a market cap of $560 million, which is another private cryptocurrency, and it would take Secret to around $1.73. Now, I know it's not that high, guys, and I know it's not as high as its previous all-time high, but that is still a lovely, lovely jump if, of course, that were to happen. But fingers crossed we see some nicer gains on the Secret network. So we'll leave this one to cover more in the future, but moving on to number 3. And this is going to be Dash, another one of which has been here for many, many years. As you can see on CoinMarketCap, we have seen it around since 2014. It has seen an all-time high of roughly $1,400. And it has come all the way back down into around $50, $40, and down below, guys, you can see around $20-ish for the Dash token. Now, very recently, within the last month, as you can see here, it's tried to climb up beyond the $150 price point to around $146. Whether or not we're going to see it proclaim another all-time high once again is a good question. However, my friends, it is very possible, seeming as this privacy narrative doesn't stop trending, and it probably won't do for the next few months, considering what's going on around the world. So, in a nutshell, Dash is trying to become your all-in-one privacy-focused cryptocurrency, of which would be enabled in the real world through businesses and so on. However, in the future, we're going to cover more information on Dash. So, although there's many things I do like about Dash, there's a few things that I don't like, and in the future, I would like to cover that in another video. But that's not stopping me from saying that there is huge potential for this protocol. Privacy tokens, like all the other ones we mentioned and the other ones that we will mention, they have massive potential, and this is one of them. They've stood the test of time. They've been here for many years. As you can see, guys, they are literally surviving. They are literally building, and of course, it looks like they are coming back finally, and hopefully they can get another huge run to an all-time high of around $1,600, which it achieved in 2017. So, whether or not that can happen again, I don't know, but I'd be very excited to see if it does. However, my friends, it needs institutional interest, it needs retail interest, it needs all sorts of interest if it wants to get to those sort of prices. However, if I was to give a rough price prediction, maybe it could very well reach the market cap of Monero at its current market cap of $6.8 billion. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if, for example, we were in a bull run, Dash doing a 7.67x is not impossible, and it's not the hardest move to make. However, of course, we must proceed with caution, just like all the others and every other one that we're going to mention. But my friends, once again, let's leave this short and sweet, and if you want to see more information on Dash, you can let us know in the comment section down below. But up for number 4, we are going to be moving on to Oasis and the ticker ROSE, smart privacy for Web3 and AI. And this one, guys, in my personal opinion, has massive potential. As you can see over on the charts, guys, it's been around for a few years, since around 2020, I believe. Yes, around 2020 December. And you can see it's had a run up to around 59 cents, which, of course, as you can see with all the other charts, they have flatlined. But it looks like earlier this year, Oasis tried to have a mini comeback. But now, guys, with the trending privacy narrative, is it finally time to see a massive rise? Well, over the last month, we've seen an 11% gain. But is that enough to say that we are in a privacy narrative? I don't think so. We haven't seen Oasis have a huge pump yet. And of course, hopefully we do. But that's why I wanted to take you over to X, where we can see over here, AltCryptoGems, Jules the Legend. You can see that he's provided some TA, technical analysis, which over here, guys, if you want to take a look at that, Hopefully we can hit that resistance up there, which is around the 5 cent mark, doing around a 2x from what it is right now. Basically more. However, from the legend himself, Jules said Rose is still holding above support after the breakout, potentially trading on this massive power of 3 setup. As long as we hold above support, we should expect a nice expansion. And this was following up on the 7th of November. This tweet here, which you can see Rose coming back to life after a long hibernation, seems like a classic power of 3 setup on a high time frame. So guys, hopefully we really do hit these sort of prices, because if it starts to hit those sort of prices, we'll enter the new price discovery. And from there, hopefully we'll see some massive green candles just like we did with Zcash. And of course, guys, we're just talking with speculation, so please take that all with a pinch of salt. But in my personal opinion, Rose has massive potential. It's already listed on the biggest and best exchanges. It is covering some of the best narratives, AI and privacy. And they are not just focusing on privacy transactions, but a privacy-focused ecosystem of decentralized applications, which in my personal opinion, like I mentioned with Secret, is very, very important for the future of Web3. So where would I like to see the Rose token go in the future? Well, my first stop and first prediction would hopefully be for it to reach the market cap of Dash at $891 million, taking Rose up 5.59x to a price point of around 12 cents. And then of course, guys, I would like to see it go way further. So if that were the case, imagine it were to reach the all-time high of Dash. As you can see, a 72.8x, taking up Rose to $1.55. Now guys, by all means, I'm not saying this is going to happen whatsoever, but the potential is there. I'm just going to throw that out there. Obviously, that is just my personal opinion. Take that with a pinch of salt. But $11.5 billion for a market cap in the peak of a bull run is not impossible whatsoever. Oasis only has a $160 million market cap, and in today's world, that is very small. So if we see some huge retail and institutional interest, this could easily go up to great prices, and hopefully, guys, it does. Like I said, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but please, fingers crossed it does. So, moving on to the last and fifth altcoin of this video. You were probably all expecting this one, and this is Monero XMR. And although it's received a lot of stick recently due to its absolutely incredible privacy, yes, you heard that right. Regulators and many institutions were against Monero because of its privacy and how private it was. And of course, guys, that created some bad attention, but in my personal opinion, that is just FUD. I absolutely love Monero for what it is. It is a privacy-first cryptocurrency. There is no option to turn it off. It is all private from the very beginning to the very end, no matter what you're doing on Monero, and I absolutely love it. And once again, this is going to be another one that we'd like to heavily dive into in the future. However, once again, Monero is one of those cryptocurrencies that has been here for a very long time. You can see it's been here since around 2014, guys. That is over 11 years now, and you can see that it's had a serious journey all the way from around $2.50 to around an all-time high of $518. And in my personal opinion, guys, it looks like we are going to set a new all-time high very, very soon. Now, of course, I don't know how to read TA. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know how to read the future. But guys, from what I can see and from what I've experienced, I honestly think that we are going to see another all-time high, and it's coming sooner than we think. So, friends, take that all with a pinch of salt. However, Monero, in my personal opinion, if anyone's going to just want to focus on privacy transactions, this right here is my favorite one, and in my personal opinion, the best one out there. So once again, guys, although I'm very bullish, please proceed with caution, because looking at the chart, we are on the up. So it could very well come down for a little retest. Who knows exactly what's going to happen? But in my personal opinion, it does look bullish for Monero. And of course, in the future, I would like to cover more of the fundamental analysis on Monero, because I think there is great potential. But if I was to give a rough price prediction for the near future, in the peak of a bull run, I would say that Monero XMR has the huge potential to reach the market cap of Dogecoin's all-time high at $88.8 billion, taking Monero up 12.86x. Many people might call me crazy, guys, but this is very, very possible in my personal opinion. Monero has a scarce supply. Something like this in the peak of a bull run we've seen many, many times play over. So what's stopping it from happening with Monero? I would love to hear what you guys have to think with all 5 of these cryptocurrencies, because in this video, we've covered Zcash, Secret, Dash, Oasis, and Monero. And guys, in the future, I would like to cover another 5 more, because I think there are another 5 with massive potential. However, these guys are probably my favorite ones out there, and that's why I've mentioned it right now in this video. However, guys, if you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let us know in the comment section down below, or hit me up on X if you have any other questions and you can't get a hold of me. But friends, thank you so much once again, and we'll see you in the next video.